In the late 1950s, a doctor named Stuart Wolfe was baffled by a tiny town in Pennsylvania called Roseto. As he tracked heart disease, already a rampant epidemic across America, he discovered that Roseto's residents had a heart disease rate half the national average. Dr. Wolfe sought the why, and his discovery revealed a secret far more profound than healthy eating or a gym routine. Hi, my name is Sarah Lopez Madrigal. I'm founder and executive director of We Belong PDX. This is episode 3 of a 6-week series on the power and importance of social connection. In each 3 to 5 minute episode, I'll share about a study, give a tip, and a challenge to improve our level of social connectedness as a community. Roseto was a medical mystery. Wolfe dug into their lives to find a clinical explanation. Were they eating a super healthy diet? No. Roseto residents were a community of Italian immigrants and their descendants. They were still enjoying fatty foods like sausage and salami and using lard in their cooking. Were they exercising more? Not particularly. Many worked in physically demanding jobs in a nearby quarry, but their neighbors in other towns were just as active and still suffered from heart attacks. They even had high rates of smoking and obesity. The truth Wolfe and his team eventually realized wasn't medical at all. It was sociological. The residents of Roseto had built a powerful protective cocoon around themselves. This was a community where 3 generations often lived under the same roof, where neighbors constantly visited each other on their front porches, and where people stopped to talk on the street. There were no keeping up with the Joneses dynamics. The successful helped the less fortunate, and there was a deep-seated respect for the elders. The Roseto effect wasn't about what was in their bodies. It was about what was in their community. The constant, unwavering support they gave each other acted as a powerful buffer against stress. Their close bonds meant no one felt isolated, no one felt alone in their struggles. This created a sense of psychological safety that translated into physical health. Their incredible connection was, in a very real way, protecting their hearts. This, of course, does not translate into an excuse to eat poorly and never exercise in hopes your socializing will save you. But it does highlight a critical message that as Americans, we're often missing. Social connectedness in our communities is essential for our health. Quick tip of the week. The Roseto story teaches us that connection happens in small, consistent moments, not just big gatherings. Your porch, taken figuratively, is the space in your life where you make yourself available for spontaneous connection. This could be a literal front porch, a park bench you frequent, or even a virtual space where you have open hours for conversation. The tip is to create a simple, low-pressure space in your life for unscripted, spontaneous interaction. Make it easy for people to say hello and connect. Your challenge for the week? The people of Roseto weren't just passively living near each other. They were actively building belonging. This week, your challenge is to practice one active belonging, is what we'll call it. This is a deliberate action, no matter how small, to strengthen a connection. It could be calling someone a generation or 2 ahead of you for a quick chat, bringing a neighbor a cup of coffee, or simply leaving a kind note for a family member. The goal is to move beyond mere acquaintance and intentionally contribute to the social fabric of your community, one thread at a time. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you found this educational and helpful, we encourage you, as always, to pass it along to a friend. And we hope you have a fantastic week.